That night, I put my full faith in her. I handed her a drink with a proud smile, introduced her to my coworkers, and, for the first time in a long while, I felt grounded. The night was meant to be a celebration, a moment to show off the woman I adored. Under the soft glow of string lights in our backyard, she looked stunning. We shared laughter, danced like no one was watching, and even stole a kiss away from the crowd. For that brief time, everything felt perfect. But something shifted the next morning. She acted the way she always did. Actually, too well. The kind of overly sweet, calculated normal you see in someone who's trying a little too hard to appear innocent. At first, I brushed it off. Then I remembered the security cameras. Every corner of that backyard, every moment of my misplaced trust, it was all caught on video. So I watched. And there it was, captured on film, the split second when she thought I wasn't paying attention. That clip rewrote everything I thought I knew. Before the betrayal, before the footage, before everything unraveled, I had a life that felt whole. I had just landed a major promotion. One of those rare opportunities you dream about but never really believe will come true. Director of Strategy. A 6-figure salary. A glass-walled office with skyline views. I had every reason to celebrate. Mia and I had been together for 2 years. We met at a networking mixer. I'll never forget it. She was in a green blazer, rolling her eyes at some guy pitching an app about mood-based dog food. She had this spark. Sharp, witty, effortlessly beautiful. From the very beginning, she made me feel chosen. We moved in together after just 8 months. Some said it was too fast, but it never felt rushed to us. We balanced each other perfectly. Me, with my structured routines. Her, with spontaneous energy. She worked remotely as a freelance editor. The money was solid, her coffee was legendary, and she never hovered or demanded attention. She was the kind of person who made everything feel easy. I never once suspected a thing. When I got the promotion, my first thought wasn't about the money or title. It was, we need to throw a party. Mia was instantly excited. Let's show those corporate types how it's really done, she teased, already sketching cocktail recipes and outlining lighting plans. We decided to host it at our place. The backyard had just been redone. Fresh furniture, solar string lights, everything perfect. And yes, we had a security system installed. I'd added it a few months earlier after a neighbor's break-in. 2 cameras, one covering the patio, the other watching the side gate. Nothing extravagant, just enough to feel secure. We sent out invites to about 30 people. My co-workers, our mutual friends, some of her freelancer pals. Mia picked out a dress that stopped my heart. Black velvet, gold earrings, red lipstick. I remember whispering, "I'll have to keep an eye on you tonight." She grinned and said, "You'll be too busy impressing your boss." Maybe I should have listened to that gut feeling right then. The night itself? Flawless. Everyone showed up in good spirits. The grill was fired up, music played throughout the yard, conversations spilled from the deck into the living room. Mia floated through the crowd like she was in her element, laughing, pouring drinks, lighting up every group she joined. She mostly hung out with my coworker Nathan and his girlfriend, Elise. I didn't give it much thought. Nathan was a harmless goofball, Elise always cheerful. Mia seemed to click with them, which didn't surprise me. I got caught up in long work conversations. A VP asked me about projections for Q4. Someone else wanted to know how I kept my work-life balance. Across the lawn, I caught Mia's eye. She smiled and gave me a thumbs up. I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. Around midnight, guests began trickling out. Mia helped clean, bagging up cups, rinsing glasses, giggling as we tried to quiet down a very drunk Elise who didn't want to leave. By 1:30 a.m., the place had emptied out. It was just the two of us again. We sank into the couch, kissed, and she curled up beside me. "You deserve all of this," she whispered. And I believed her. The next morning unfolded like any other. Mia made her signature hangover cure, eggs with spicy potatoes, and we ate on the patio. She asked how it felt being in upper management now. She wasn't cold. She wasn't distant. She didn't seem guilty at all. If anything, she was even more affectionate. But something nagged at me. It started with a comment Elise made while leaving the party. Something like, "You're lucky. Everyone loves Mia. Maybe too much." I laughed it off. Elise had been drinking, after all. Later that afternoon, Mia napped while I went out to clean the yard. That's when I noticed the patio camera blinking, still active, and the side gate. It was slightly open. Out of idle curiosity, I decided to check the footage. I expected nothing more than a funny dance or someone spilling wine. What I saw instead shattered everything. The timestamp read 11:47 p.m. The party was still in full swing. And what unfolded from there changed everything I thought I knew about Mia. On the footage, I spotted myself inside, standing near the grill, while James, one of my coworkers, chatted outside. The camera then caught Mia stepping out onto the patio with Nathan. They were laughing, and he leaned in close, whispering something in her ear. She playfully tapped his arm. Then, his hand slid onto the small of her back, and she didn't flinch. Didn't move away. I watched them stroll toward the side gate, vanishing from the frame of the first camera. My chest tightened. I quickly switched to the second camera, the one covering part of the side yard. That feed didn't catch everything. There was a blind spot. But then, at 11:49 p.m., they came back into view. They were standing close, whispering. Then it happened. He leaned in and kissed her. And she didn't stop him. She didn't recoil. She didn't push him away. I froze the screen right there. Just stared. Then rewound and watched it again. This time, frame by frame. She kissed him back. Only for a second. Maybe two. But it was long enough to shatter the image I had of her. Of us. My hands trembled as I kept scrubbing through the footage, needing to know how far this went. From 11:50 to 11:54, they lingered near the gate, whispering. Her fingers grazed his arm. His hand traced her cheek. Then she turned and walked back into the house, smiling. Calm. Effortless. 2 minutes later he followed, wiping his mouth, adjusting his shirt. I felt sick. I wanted to tell myself it was nothing, a stupid, drunken lapse in judgment. But it wasn't just the kiss. It was how easy it looked. How natural. How familiar. Had this happened before? Was Nathan just the one I happened to catch? I started digging. Pulled up old footage. Nights I was working late. Business trips. Solo dinners. There were flashes, nothing blatant, but small, unnerving things that now screamed meaning. A figure passing in the kitchen. Laughter shared on the deck. A hug that held on a beat too long. I became obsessed. I rewound the footage all the way back to the beginning of that night. Watched Mia's movements. How often she drifted toward Nathan. The way she twirled her necklace while talking to him. How he poured her drinks like he knew exactly what she liked. The private smiles they exchanged when they thought no one was looking. My heart didn't just break. It unraveled. Slowly. Painfully. Even when she was standing beside me that night, I could see it now. Her body present, but her attention somewhere else. I remembered the kiss we shared behind the grill. How she pulled away quickly. Now I knew why. Because she had already kissed someone else. I paused the video. Just sat there, numb. Like the floor had been ripped from under my life. That evening, I confronted her. I didn't yell. I didn't throw accusations. I simply said, I saw the video. Her expression went pale. She didn't argue. Didn't break down. She just sat down and said softly, "I didn't mean for that to happen." I asked her if it was the first time. She said yes, swore it, claimed it was the alcohol, the moment, that she didn't even understand why she did it. But I could see it in her face. This wasn't new. She begged me not to throw everything away over a single mistake. But in truth, she already had. That night, I packed a bag. She sat silently on the couch, watching me go. She didn't try to stop me. It's been 6 weeks since that night. We haven't spoken. She sent a few messages in the beginning. "I'm so sorry. Please, can we talk?" I never responded. The footage still lives in my cloud account. I haven't deleted it, not because I need to remind myself of what she did, but because it taught me something vital. Trust doesn't vanish in a dramatic crash. It dies slowly, in looks, in silence, in a second spent in someone else's arms. I gave her all of me, my love, my loyalty, my trust. Now I give myself something better, the strength to walk away. What would you have done if you saw what I did? Backhand index pointing down. Share your thoughts in the comments. Thumbs up like if you believe trust is everything. Bell, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell for more real story confessions each week.